Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for December 12th to the 18th. This is for Virgo, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to your reading, to get more specific. The reason I do this, Virgo, is because A, I love you. B, I want you to feel like this is a personal reading, like we're here one-on-one, all right, rather than a general spread. And lastly, astrology and tarot have gone hand in hand for centuries. In fact, astrology came first, and that's why every tarot card is a sign, an astrological element, alignment, a ruling planet. So we go a lot deeper and we get more specific that way. Now, Virgo, this week, oh my goodness, listen, this is a week of breakthroughs, okay? This is a week of going after your goals. Now, the good thing about this week, and here's the thing, first of all, if you're a subscriber, you'll notice I'm not in my apartment again. I'm still on my road trip. And so I'm in a hotel in Washington, D.C., and it's one of those hotels that doesn't have a table. So I'm just kind of just sitting between the coffee table and the couch here. But I will and I'm working off my laptop, so I'll pull it down so you can see the spread when I get to it. Secondly, if you haven't already, I've done your December readings. I did that before I left for my road trip to visit my family over Thanksgiving. And you're ahead for 2023. So definitely take a look at that. Like, there's a lot of great things to come. But this week particularly, all right, this is a week where we just came out of that major full moon in Gemini. All right, Virgo, it was very emotional. There could have been some things that came up. All right, there was not gonna lie, around that time it was bookended by Mercury going into Capricorn, okay, and then Venus going into Capricorn. So now, what does that mean? It's time to just move on from any BS. Get practical, get pragmatic, ambitious, really, really go for the things that you want now, all right? Now, I have great news for you, Virgo. As we enter Capricorn season, we already know that Venus and Mercury are in Capricorn, but next week, okay, we're fully in Capricorn season. That's your fifth house of pleasure. Fifth house is love. All right, it's family. There's a lot of family activity happening with y'all. And when I say family, I'm talking about your domestic sector. So it can be relationships, okay? It can be your actual home. It can be your parents. A lot of activity there. This is also the last week that Jupiter is in Pisces, okay? It's going back into Aries next week. This is the last week. Jupiter, you have the planet of luck in your seventh house of partnerships, okay? Whether love or career, all right? You have a lot of luck, so take action this week, all right? So, with that said, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Again, this is for Virgo, Sun and Rising for December 12th to the 18th. I'm trying to think if there's any last thing I have to say. I don't think that there is, but yeah, I think that you are going to I have a really good feeling about this week for you, and especially because as we go into Capricorn season, I mean, that is a fellow Earth sign like yours, and you know, Virgo, you are a mutable sign, so change, like, this is going to be like good change for you. All right, so let me put this down so you can see it, and again, I'll bring the cards up one by one. Again, I am sorry that I am literally sitting between. Like, I guess I could sit on the couch, but it feels weird, but here we go. All right, so Virgo, it is time to get out of your head a bit. All right, it's time to get out of your head a little bit. And you will. That's the good news. You will. All right. Remember I said this is as we go into Capricorn season, it's time to get serious about our commitments. It's time to get a little bit more, just being more ambitious toward our goals and just really, really going for what we want, right? As we end this new year this week, December 12th to the 18th, let's go ahead and get started. You got the Page of Swords. You got the Page of Swords in your passive. This is a good thing, okay? Listen, the Page, this really is, he's so enthusiastic, so eager to just get started. Swords, the mental suit, okay? So, like, new ideas, just really just going, wanting to learn, wanting to just get going. Now, this came up in your past, so there could have been also a message that came through, okay? But, sometimes these messages that come through, and sometimes these new things that we begin, sometimes these new thought patterns we have, or the way that we think moving forward, sometimes it might be a little bit too much. All right, so I want you to slow down a little bit, because it looks like there could be there's some things that you want to push forward that might be a little bit, just a little bit too much, especially if in career. If you're here for career, remember that Mars is in Gemini, okay? That is in your 10th house of career, but Mars is retrograde right now, so it's a good time to reassess, all right? To plan things out, map things out, okay? You did get the Eight of Swords in the heart of your spread, all right? So, as we know, this is a card where we call it the self-victim card, right? She put herself here, and you can see her. She's blindfolded. She's bound. When you're bound like that, you're literally out of touch. Okay. She thinks she's built a fortress. She thinks she's protecting herself, where in fact she built a prison. Remember, swords are the mental suit, prisoner of your thoughts. So this week, you could be in your head a lot. There's a lot of fear attached to this card too, and it's almost like there's a sense of you just not knowing the next, like the future, what's going to happen, what's going on. I've had all these changes, right? What I want you to know is that you do not have to be in this situation, okay? You can see that her feet are loose, okay? You can walk away from this. It's your choice. Everyone has free will, okay? So I'm here to tell you, you can do this, okay? And one of the reasons why you may be in your head a lot this week is because you're feeling a little bit of imbalance, right? Again, it's that energy of like wanting things to just move faster than wanting them to move fast, and they're just not going at the pace you want. Now, really affirming that is the fact that you did get temperance, okay? But temperance came in your challenge area, challenging the Eight of Swords, all right? Now, temperance, as we know, is all about a balance. It's all about moderation. It's having that patience to see things through, okay? There's a lot of balance in this card. You can see her foot in the water. We call that the collective unconscious, okay? But you see her foot on the ground as well, okay? There's a lot of balance there. Now, when she puts her foot in the water, she's testing the water. She's not jumping in. She's not doing a cannonball. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's testing. This is so. Have that patience, okay? Because I think that's what's really going to put you in your head a lot this week. And I don't want you to be in your head, because that's going to be. It's okay to be in your head in Virgo, as you know. You're very analytical, okay? You're very analytical, and you have a tendency to do that, right? Be in your head a lot, and nothing's wrong with that. Oh my gosh, I wish I had those skills. I'm all over the place. I'm an Aquarius, so. But this week, I want you to know, I don't want you to feel powerless. If you're going to be in your head a lot with a lot of questions that you can't answer because the answers aren't coming soon enough, I want you to remember, take it step by step, okay? Take things step by step, all right? You don't have to rush through anything, all right? We're entering your 5th house starting next week. Things are going to get great, okay? Now, these swords are powerful, all right? You are going to have all that power, all right? So I don't want you to worry. Now, you did get the star in your crown. The star, as we know, ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius right now, Saturn's in Aquarius, okay? Saturn is that structure, it's stability, it's life lessons, but the star are hopes and dreams, okay? And this is hopes and dreams aligning again. This is the only other card where her foot is in the water, okay? One on the land. But the water bearer here, you can see what's really interesting. She's pouring water on the land too, okay? So that's fertilized. That's making everything grow, her hopes and dreams. These stars are aligning, okay? Hopes and dreams again in your crown, all right? So it's almost like this is all of this is related to your passions, the things that you want to manifest, all right? But remember, I don't want you to get frustrated. I don't want you to feel like, like things are going too slow. Just remember, if things are going too slow, there is a reason for that, all right? Everything happens in an order, okay? Trust me on that, all right? And a lot of it is just to test your patience and to make sure that you are patient enough to see things through. Now, you did get the Queen of Cups, okay? It looks like that's that disconnect, is that there's your hopes and dreams, right? And then just being so emotionally fulfilled, but there's the the disconnect between it is the Eight of Swords, all right? So being in your head a lot, all right? So that's why I say just don't rush through anything, and just know that if anything is comes up this week where things are just a lot of things where you're just in your head a lot, and some things you don't want to face, and that you feel like aren't important. Let's face those things, all right? You can do it, Virgo. Come on. Y'all are not only practical and analytical, y'all are perfectionists. Again, my mom's a Virgo. Oh my goodness. I've grown, and my dog's a Virgo. My mom and Ruby's a Virgo. She owns me. Now, Queen of Cups in the root of your spread. The great thing about this is that it is the only Cups card that you drew, but I'm glad that you drew a Cups card. I want you to know, here's the thing. This week, a lot of energy up here, okay? You didn't pull any wands, all right? You didn't pull any wands, and so I want you to find that passion. It looks like you know what you want, but I want you to put passion toward it instead of up here more heart into it, okay? Looks like that's what you want anyway with the Queen of Cups. Now, she is the most intuitive. She is the most psychic. She does lead with her heart, okay? And so that is what I want you to do, and that's going to help you get out of your head and just find that like zen moment moving forward this week. Now, as I said earlier, listen, you got the King of Swords in your future, so again, swords, the mental suit, all right? You're going to be on top of things. You're going to have all your power back, okay? Just be patient enough to get to that point. You're going to be sitting in that throne, head above the clouds, all right? A lot of clarity, all right? You see the progression here. I'm going to point this out to you. You see that even though her feet are loose, you can walk away from it. You see the water and the mud, okay? So that's a lot of muddled clarity. Now, in your future, you've passed that, all right? So you're good. Let's just, all that power is knowledge, right? Power is knowledge. And then reverse wise, the lack of knowledge is lack of power. And so I want you to use those swords. I want to use your intellect in a way that makes you feel empowered, not powerless. I don't want you to feel powerless this week, okay? I want you to feel liberated, all right? Not limited, okay? And you will, once you do that, once you just not worry about things, not stress about things, and not fear things, all right? Face any truth that comes your way. I mean, he is the only king that looks directly at you. All the other kings look to the side. This means he has nothing to hide. And, likewise, it means no one can hide anything from him. So this is a lot of power. This is a lot of power. You got 3 swords. Oh, my goodness. So it's a lot of power, but it's just a lot going on up here. Find that balance with your heart, not only your heart, mind, body, spirit, right? Find that balance, all right? That's going to help you through this week. Now, let's get to your stuff. Virgo. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, now, listen. You did get the Eight of Cups. Okay, and so it does look like there is something that you do want to leave behind, and there's something, it's almost like the shiny new toy, right? Shiny new toy that we're going after, but this shiny new toy is very important to you, all right? And so that's really great. Don't lose sight of it. Don't lose vision, but make sure it's something that you really, really want. While you do that, know that you may, it seems like you want to leave something behind, okay? You can see he's walking away from the cups, all right? Doing it in the middle of the night during an eclipse. I mean, this is game changing. It looks like you do want to have this life-changing moment. We're getting there, okay? We're getting there, and you will get there, all right? But it's good for you to leave those things that aren't going to serve you well, all right? Whether they're, obviously great if it's things that are just really bad for you, but it's also good if it's something that, you're comfortable with, right? I say this all the time. we can be in the same job, we can be in the same relationship, we can be in the same home, we can be for years and years and years because it's comfortable. All right. Sometimes we have to have that moment of clarity where, like, I can do better than this. I can get better than this. There's something, that matches my value. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's always good to have that awareness. Now, you did get the hangman in your external factors area. This is really great. Okay, the hangman shows up in a lot of religious texts. Listen, this is all about making a sacrifice, making that surrender, letting something go. I've been saying this from the beginning of your reading, okay? Leaving all that BS behind, all right? Now, with the Eight of Cups here, this is very important. This is a week where you will be leaving something behind, all right? Now, it's going to relate to, every Virgo. You're going to feel it differently in a different part of your life. This is a major arcana energy. This is before we're entering, like, really, really big moments, right? Like death, like the death card, this is significant, okay? So it's almost like preparation, all right? Be ready to make a sacrifice. Be ready to make, surrender something, okay? Remember the thing that just not serving you well, but knowing there's something better out there, that shiny new toy, okay? Your hopes and dreams, the things that you want to manifest. Now, why do you do that? To have a new perspective, okay? Because sometimes the ways of the past don't work anymore. And as we enter this new era, not just astrologically, but literally 2023, a brand new year. What happens in December, mid-December? People start thinking about their resolutions, what they want to change their ways. Listen, Virgo, come on. This is all about it, all right? And it came in your external factors area, so it's more like a message that's going to come through. Someone's going to come help you along and open your eyes to this new way of thinking. And listen, I know it's so hard, sometimes, and this is significant, okay, because it's with your spread, with all those sorts, but also the message coming through. This is going to be a significant week. It really is, all right. And it's hard to let go of some of those things that we've been, maybe like a thought process or the way that we think about things, and we've done it for a really long time, all right. But know that you have nothing to fear with this new perspective, okay? New perspective is groundbreaking. Here I go again, I'm going back and forth here. An analogy I'm going to give you is that, when I was a kid, we had Nancy Reagan say, drugs are bad for you. Nobody do drugs. So all my life, I thought drugs were bad, where in fact, the research that has come through is that THC, like medical marijuana, is actually very good for you. Marijuana is actually very good for you. I don't smoke it myself, but my best friend's mom had cancer, and it really helped her treatment, okay? We now know ketamine, which definitely don't do it recreationally, okay? Do promise me that. But we now know that helps people with chronic illnesses, and it helps people with, depression. I mean, there's so many, so do you see how I'm saying that? Like, sometimes we're trained to think a certain way, and that's the way that we've been thought for a long time. But when you have that new perspective, those are breakthroughs, okay? And remember I said this is a week of breakthroughs, all right? So find that moment for you, okay? What's going to resonate with you? Now, you did get the Page of Cups, all right? And I love this for you, all right? This is amazing. This is your second page, all right? You can even think of it as like flipping the next page, right? Like the new page, right? This is new energy. After the Ace, pages usher in the most new change, the most new opportunity. It looks like you are looking to follow your bliss. Very Pisces, okay? Very Scorpio, very imaginative and visionary. But Cups, look how all he wants is to fill his cup, emotions, right? Following your bliss at this point, okay? A lot of creative energy attached to this, but also love, okay? A lot of love energy. And that's really great because remember I said we are, and when I say love, like this, I want you to know it's also love for, if you're here for a career, love for a new boss too, right? Remember, this is newness coming through, newness. And again, like I said, this is the last week. Jupiter is in your 7th house of partnerships. take action, all right? Take action. Lastly, you got the Seven of Swords in your final outcome. I don't want you to lie to yourself anymore about anything that comes up, all right? I don't want you to, and this is why it's really important, especially with the Eight of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Cups right here. Final outcome, Seven of Swords, the lying, cheating, stealing card. But this is the card where it's saying sometimes there's some truths that we know are there, but we refuse to see them, right? Especially internally, okay? Remember swords, the mental suit, okay? So I want you to have that breakthrough this week. Lastly, yeah, sure, this is also could be someone in your life that is lying to you or cheating on you or stealing from you or doing something underhanded to you. If that should be so, you have the power to catch him. He's doing it bright. Look, broad daylight here. Broad daylight. All right. This. It's not. It's. You just have to find it within you. Remember, you have a lot of swords. Okay. You have a lot of swords here, but the main energy that's coming through is that it is you. Okay. So especially with the Eight of Swords in the heart of your spread, but remember, you have the King of Swords in your future. That is power. All right. You are going to be it's almost like you're just getting all your power back once you go through this moment, all right, of having this letting go of the things that aren't serving you well, especially up here, finding that balance of mind, body, spirit, right? Even if you want to take it to the next level, right? Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, but lastly, it's just really being honest with yourself moving forward, because we're about to enter a beautiful chapter in your life when the sun goes into Capricorn, we go into Capricorn season. That's going to be amazing for you. That's your fifth house. Okay, Virgo, I love you so much. Thanks so much for tuning in. And again, thanks for being patient with me while I'm on my road trip. And there's Ruby just sleeping, chilling out. I'll see you next week. All right, bye-bye.